Hello YouTube, it is Damien, it is Sunderland, it is Bright Lights, episode 117 of Bright Lights. I'm here with you today for the big one. It is the first knockout round against PSG. This is what happens when you come second in your group. This is what happens when you don't win games that you should. This is what happens when you give Real Madrid goals. You get PSG, who you played in the semi-final in the last season's competition, in the first knockout round. These are two sides, right? Whereas Sunderland, we're up there now in terms of rankings in world football, in coefficients and everything like that. They were one of the best sides in Europe, and we're playing PSG, who've won the Champions League more times in this save since we started compared to any other side in world football. They're a side that's great, but we have their best player because we did buy Mbappe. Anyhow, we do have to speak about, before we get to that game, if you keen people would have said, oh, it's 4 days away, you're not going to see it in 4 days. No, we have to speak about the form, the run that we're currently on here at Sunderland, and the tactically how good the 4-4-2 has been. Now, I am saying this right now, is that the 4-4-2 has been great, but over the teams that we've played, we've only played a couple of hard teams. We'll get into that in a second. For PSG, even though I'm 4 days away, I'm still tempted to play 4-2-3-1, because we obviously know that we dominated last time we played them at home and it finished 0-0. We should have scored a few more on the night. And having Mbappe as an inside forward against them could work very well because we create a lot of chances. However, the form of some players we do need to speak about. One of the big ones is Haller. Now, Haller usually isn't a goal-scoring player for us in a 4-2-3-1, but in a 4-4-2, he always seems to pop up. He always gets his assist, and he's currently averaging a 7.58 in the Premier League. He's been sensational as the elite winger, and it's really released Adrien and Mbappe, and especially Adrien. People would have remembered Adrien only had 1 goal in 9 games in the league. He was struggling for a bit of form, struggling with injuries. He now has 17 and 21, and that's because he just didn't score against Arsenal, the game we just played, which we won 4-1. I actually took him off in the 60th to rest him. He didn't score, and Mbappe scored a hat-trick. But he has 28 and 26 and is on track to beat his 37-game goal season record. And that's with him only having 1 goal in 9 league games. This is how it's all come about, though. Since we last met, ladies and gentlemen, it was obviously the last group stage game in the Champions League, which was the Lokomotiv Moscow game. Now, since then, a lot has happened, obviously. We played City all the way through to here in 4-4-2, starting with Manchester City. Now, 4-4-2 is something that we kind of used and we kind of looked at and we go like, I don't know whether to play it. This was sensational, and this is why we played it, is that it made some chances. We weren't great on the ball. We haven't been great in terms of keeping possession, but we've been good with the ball when we do have it. And with the pace of Mbappe, the pace of Adrien, the pace of Haller, the pace of Nakamura, and even Peter and Dosek, not Dosek so much, but even Peter just driving on, and the pace that he even possesses at the centre mid, we are just blitzing teams, balls in the space, and we're not just punting it long every time either. We get the ball there and then we can turn around and we keep it like we usually do too. It's the best of both worlds, but we just don't look to keep the ball as much. We then beat Burnley 3-0, Brentford 2-0. We then beat Chelsea 3-1 in a game that we were sensational in and probably scored a few more. The big one was the West Ham one where we won 5-0. We also beat Barnsley in the Cup. But then the Palace one was the reason why Mr. Nicolas Adrien has all of a sudden got his goals to game ratio back, because he scored 5, ladies and gentlemen. 5. And not just 5 quality goals, a couple from free kicks. There is one free kick that is out of this world. I just can't remember which one it was because the game was a while ago. And in the end, Adrien has just been on fire. Adrien, since coming back from injury, has been great. But as you can see, Haller gets into the spot. That's not the goal. He just knocks down. There we are. Adrien scored a penalty. Go back to the pitch flanks. And then this is the one. Adrien free kick. Look how far out he is, and he puts it into that top freaking bin. Unbelievable. He then scored another penalty as well before he scored another free kick as well. This one here's from closer in, but yet again, leaving the keeper no chance. And Adrien just went and scored 5. We then beat Leeds and Fulham 1-0 and 2-1. They start the question of 4-4-2 then, if it's really good enough. We then beat QPR with a rotated side. We drew the Spurs 1-1, and we were very lucky to draw the Spurs. This is the worst the 4-4-2 performed. Still created chances, but not really any quality of chances. This is what makes me worried against PSG, is PSG have a very good defence. They can hit us on the break as well. They're good at keeping the ball too. And at some ways are similar to Spurs, just they're on that next level that makes them better than Spurs. Spurs gave us a run around. It was a 95th minute equaliser from Mbappe, and it was because we went 4-2-4, basically. And I just said punt it long, and for whatever reason, Spurs committed numbers forward, and Mbappe was 1-on-1 after a long ball, and Mbappe doesn't miss. But as you can see there, we then played Sheffield and Bournemouth. Bournemouth was a crazy game, but Adrian scored another hat-trick. It was okay. They scored in the 91st and the 93rd minute, so we're always never going to lose it. My bumhole went like this when they scored in the 93rd. But this game here in the 4-4-2 was crazy, mainly because I don't know how, A, they scored 3, B, I don't know how we didn't score about 20. That many clear-cut chances we had in this game, it was a joke. In the end, it was an 120th minute winner from Mike Godin. Of course it was Mike. We were 2-0 up, I believe, and then it was 3-2 down, and then Mike equalised on the 75th, and then it was 4-3, 121st minute. I thought we were going to lose this game on pens, and I was like, we're going to be really out of the FA Cup. As you can see, the ball falls here to Peter, just puts it out to Daniel. Daniel then finds a pass to Mike. He hits it first time, bottom bins. Maybe Latham should have done better, but look, it was a great goal there from Mike, and then we just blitzed Arsenal 4-1. An Mbappe hat-trick, and the last one of Mbappe's ones is just sensational. The Canio volley that I was kind of shocked that went in. But as you can see, in terms of the 4-4-2, we're just getting the balls into space. We're hitting teams on the break, and we're just finding some really quality balls. And this is the second thing is, when we do go long and don't win it, because we have that line of 4, as you can see, look how high up we've pressed here. We win the ball. Look, they can't really get out. Bang, Adrian, what a ball. And then Mbappe there with the little nice Di Canio-esque volley. It was quite a good goal. Now, against PSG, I don't know if I'm going to go 4-2-4 on a 4-4-2. It depends how people kind of pull up after the Arsenal game. In terms of the league, we're blitzing the league. We're probably going to win the league pretty easily this season, thank God. There's no Bournemouth that have won like every game they've played as well. So we're probably going to win the league fairly easily. But I'll see you guys in just a second for that PSG tie. This is what we're here for, ladies and gentlemen. PSG versus Sunderland. There's a couple of things that I forgot to mention. The first thing I forgot to mention is that we did loan out Durant Miguel because he was complaining about first-team football to Real Madrid of all places, who are currently using him off the bench. He's kind of happy that he's there. The second thing that I have to mention, I have now forgotten. I cannot remember, but let's get into it. It wouldn't be a big Champions League tie without this song. Should come up. Oh, let it fill your lungs. Let it do it. Just realised I forgot to put my headphones in, so this could sound weird, but your team will be this. I am going to go 4-4-2. I'm going to be bold. I'm going to be brave. It's going to be Matteo Rocci in goals. Morano, Kim Jan and Ives, Miranda, Nakamura, Dosek, and Petro's been in great form. Haller, Adrian, Mbappe, who is in scintillating form at the moment and has currently got 17 and 25 with 21 in all competitions out of 28. It is the Champions League anthem. It is PSG. It is Sunderland. It is the big one, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it. We are currently not live on Twitch, unfortunately. I wish I was. That's what I have to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, is I usually stream games like this. Link in the description below. Follow the link, please do. Every other Champions League game, hopefully, if we get through this tie, will be live on the Twitch tomorrow. I did have coaching. Came home from coaching about 7:30. Usually on a Wednesday, we still stream then. It's Mum's birthday, so I went to where she was having dinner. Couldn't go to dinner. Took her out to the tennis the other on Saturday. Might have mentioned in a previous YouTube episode. Anyhow, after that, we took her to the tennis, so she said that I could coach and didn't have to go to dinner. Still popped into dinner anyway to say hello. I then have to go to my dad's place because I have to pick up dad's present for mum. Mum and dad are split and see my old man, have dinner with him. And all that jazz. I've got to do that in about 8 to 10 minutes. So I'm going to film this first leg. Obviously, I can't stream in that short amount of time. I'm going to film the second leg, get it all uploaded, then go to bed. And then tomorrow night, after coaching, I've got nowhere to be. Hopefully, it will be Champions League action. Anyway, they're playing 4-1-4-1. It's pretty much the same team without Mbappe. And so they're just playing their wonder kid, the youth, who just came through their youth prospect. Came through Rennes' youth prospect, still in France. And then they spent 44 mil. The guy's a bit of a freak. Yeah. Right, he's pretty damn good. And Boom is going up front. Or Boom, he's always been in and around PSG, been loaned out many times, but a guy that we've always had our eye on. And then obviously it's the same team that we played last season. We've been on a good run lately. Come on, lads, go out there, show me what you can do. I have all the faith in him in the 4-4-2. All we've been doing is going out and pressing and hopefully we'll be okay. This PSG side I expect to be good, but I expect us to be just as good as well. It's going to be us in the red and the white and PSG in the black. When we played them in last year's semi-final, we battered them here at the Stadium of Light, but couldn't score in the 4-2-3-1. Today we're really going to go at their throats, and hopefully we can put a performance in that is of quality, and we can beat PSG. Anyway, it's an early corner to Dembele. Christensen's header over the bar would have been the worst start we could have imagined, but that's okay. In terms of keeping the ball, I don't really care. The board love the attacking football I'm playing, hate that we're not playing possession football. At the end of the day, I'm hoping to win the Champions League this season, and if we get through this tie, I'm confident we can. Anyway, Tonali gets on the ball. He beats his man. His ball into the box. It's not one there. Dembele, though, into Thiago Pino is really good. He finds a Bads and Nakamura. A good challenge. This is where we're good. We're good on the break. Adrien comes out on this left-hand side. Mbappe running through the middle. Adrien looking for Mbappe. Doesn't find him. Falls to Petra. Petra there. Good ball there. Adrien. Mbappe's there. Square towards Mbappe. Couldn't do it against his former side. Petra, though, with the ball. His ball back to Miranda. Nakamura in the space. Instead to Petra. Petra now in the tight spaces. Looks out other side towards Moreno. Good ball here. Moreno into Haller, who's been in scintillating form. Back to Moreno, who loves a cross. His ball in towards Adrien is blocked, and Petra on it again. We are very good at keeping the ball once we do have it in this final third, though. It's not just all about long ball, but what a ball to Haller. Haller flicks onto Mbappe. It's offside. It was a great knockdown there from Haller. Would have loved for him to take a touch and square it, but obviously the opportunity was there, and Mbappe did look off. Just off, though. Actually, a mile off, never mind, but there we are. And in the end, it's a goal that's going to be disallowed, but promising from Sunderland. Anyway, Bazin into Tonali, back in the Bazin, who could cross into Thiago Pino, who could definitely cross or hit. Back to Tonali. Tonali now obviously grows into quite a great player. Sergi Savic now, good ball into Tonali, and I'm expecting this PSG side to be very good on top of their box. Sergi Savic from distance is wide, but if we can limit to him to chances from about out there, I'll ride our luck and say we're probably going to defend pretty well for the rest of the game. Ives and Kim Jong have been in decent form together, and no Daniel making no mistakes would be nice. Anyway, Dosek now with the ball. His ball there into Peter, who's been in great form. Peter, as we affectionately know him. Dosek, though, doesn't lose it. Finds Peter. Peter in the 8-8, because obviously Mike got in. Mbappe looking to turn. Can't find it. Adrien, can he turn? Finds Nakamura. Nakamura inside left foot. Nakamura top bins. Pick it out. And unlike in the semi-final last year, Sunderland have the lead at the Stadium of Light. Unlike last season where we dominated and couldn't score, we have put one away past PSG at home. And hopefully that means PSG have to come out and play and we can hit them on the break. Here goes Adrien. Great ball into Nakamura. Wasn't really on his left foot, but still found room. And look at that one go into the top bin, ladies and gentlemen. You don't give Nakamura that space. It's a bloody highlight from kickoff. We know what this means. Sergi Tonali into Bogkamp there, into Diouf, who's the one kid running with it, still running with it, beats a couple. Ives, what a tackle. Maybe it could be our chance from kickoff. Go score 2 goals in 2 minutes. I'll take it. Moreno finds Haller, who can turn here. Haller into Petra. He's got a good range of passing. He wants to unlock the door. He does look for Nakamura. Doesn't find him. Baines takes a decent touch. And they should play away here with Milito, barring a defensive mistake. And they have played out very well there. Dembele now with the ball, running at him and running at us with will. They've got numbers everywhere. Dembele still running. He goes from distance. It took a deflection, I think, of Kim Jan, or it didn't. His name highlighted. And it is still 1-0. It's been a fairly even game. We haven't been as creative as we like, but we are limiting PSG to a lot of long-range shots as things look like. I would love a second. Adrien's been good from free kicks of late. Adrien! He's hit the bar. Doesn't fall to Mbappe. Keeper was rooted to the spot. Of late, he's found his free kick quality. And look, we've had 7 shots this half. 3 on target. 1-0 up. A lot better than what we did last season. Obviously, last season, we then went and scored 91st minute to get an away goal to draw 1-1 at PSG in France. And I'm very happy with the performance so far against PSG. If we can keep a clean sheet, win 1-0, go to PSG, I'll probably play 4-2-3-1 in that case and really look to try and take the sting out of the game by keeping the ball. But there's also a part of me that knows that if we get if we get an away goal, we'll be all right. Anyway, back to Matteo. Matteo finds Kim Jan. We still look to play out when we can as well. And this system suits Kim Jan, who likes that longer range passing. Great ball from Dosek into Adrien. Good clip ball. Nakamura now can run at his men. Nakamura still has people inside and he looks back post for Haller. On the volley, what a strike from Jan Haller. And that's why he's back in the side. That's why I love the 4-4-2, because it releases this guy and he has found his goal-scoring touch that he hasn't had since really his first season back here. Where, he picks up goals occasionally, but this season, every chance he's had, he seems to bury. What a ball from Nakamura on the hard volley, one touch, keeper can't do anything about it, bottom bins, 2-0 up against PSG inside 50 minutes. We are taking this one to the bank, hopefully. Look, a goal for PSG makes it very, very difficult for us, but a third from here would be great. Petro back post, Kim Jan wins it in the end, Gasperini taking no chances and puts it over the bar. At the moment, it is all Sunderland here, and Haller with the chance to make a good corner, goes back step, but Gasperini is a good enough keeper and will claim. PSG, though, with a highlight here. Bachmann in the Bloomberg. They've obviously got some great quality out there. Pino's the best midfielder in the world. Tonali's pretty much up there too. Their midfield is great. Sergi Savic even still does a job at his age. Thiago Pino with the chance there. In the end, Matteo with the left hand claws it in and picks it up. He's been in decent form as well, Matteo, not conceding too many, and then he'll have an occasional game where he make a mistake. But he's a lot better than what Diogo's been. No one's really having a poor one. I don't want to really make a change. Haller, though, drills that one in, headed away from Blum. In the end, Kim Jan wins, doesn't let Dembele go on the break. Haller, Mbappe, 3-0. It's 3-0. The 4-4-2 is proving that it's working. It's come to fruition. We are 3-0 up against PSG at the Stadium of Light. This finished 0-0 last time. The 4-4-2 is unreal, ladies and gentlemen. It produces moments of magic. Maybe that Spurs game was just a one-off or a poor. And even then, we got a draw. So the 4-4-2 is working. Look how good everybody is playing out here. I don't want to really take anyone off, but I know Moreno, if he gets booked, would be suspended for the next tie. I don't really have a right back to put on either. With that in mind, Kim Jan can actually play out there fairly well, and I will get Daniel in, hopefully to not make a mistake. Just in the back of my head, I know that if Moreno gets booked, he'll miss the next leg, and now it's all about, can we just go, don't concede, make sure we have everybody ready for that next time, we'll be okay. Anyway, Mbappe, they're still in a booking, so is Nakamura. Time ticking away here. Dosek's obviously more defensive than Peter. I am actually going to put Arthur in there as a deeper line playmaker on defend as well now. And now we're just going to start slowly setting up shop and just saying, all right, boys, let's go do it. It's 84, 85. I'm also now going to bring Bob in as well, and I'm going to move to slightly more cautious. I just feel like there will be a chance on the break, but I don't want to commit too many members forward. I might also drop off in a second too. Anyway, bless in the hand. If they score right now, PSG, they only need 2 goals and they're out. They will get through on away goals. Anyway, Thiago Pino now with the ball. Still with Pino. His ball over the top there. I think Grossman's going to be able to keep it in first time. Ball header, good goal. Lucas Bombe with the goal. I'm actually going to move back to attacking, stay on the front foot. But unfortunate there to concede one. We're 3-1 up against PSG. Look, as long as we perform well in France, like we did last season, we're free. All right? It's now just about not giving PSG another chance. It's a kickoff from highlight. This game is 3-2 because we conceded 2 goals in the last freaking 5 minutes. I'll cry. Anyway, Daniel looks long. Adrien knocks it down to Bob. Bob there. Bob, ball in. Adrien, touch. Can he find a shot? Instead, he lays it. Arthur, tackle. Nothing, says the referee. Thought like he was pulled back there. And look at PSG on the break. Still with PSG. Dosek, what a challenge Matteo picks up. Crunching challenge from Dosek. Why you keep him out there? He is obviously sensational. In the end, PSG forcing us long. Matteo does look long towards Adrien. He's not the worst in the air, but he's not bad. Anyway, creates a chance, but Randy gives it away. And now PSG coming again. It's a good ball in the Boakman. Boakman now looking for Blum. Great challenge. Falls. Doesn't fall. Dosek though. Bob. Now it's end-to-end. Bob looking over the top there for Mbappe. Mbappe's in. Mbappe surely. He's hit the post. You see how much shock I'm in that Mbappe missed? That's the chances Mbappe eats on. No way we can see the corner late. Daniel, though. Dosek doesn't win it. Bob falls the blessing. What a strike. 3-2. It's all to fucking play for in France. Are you serious? Are you serious, boys? 3-0 up. It's conceded 2 goals in the last 10 minutes. And there we are. Great hit through bodies. PSG get 2 back. PSG might get a third. Don't you dare do it. Make it 4-2, boys. Come on. Daniel looks long towards Adrien. Mbappe's back stick if we can get a good ball in. He does look towards Mbappe, headed away. Garcia heads away. We can't win the ball back at all. That midfield change has not worked. They go long. Surely Kim Jan's there. Blum's quick. Kim Jan win it. Back to Matteo. No defensive mistake. Matteo goes long. Now we just want to get home, really. Mbappe flicks on the Adrien, though. Bob's in space. So is Haller. Bob's at the back stick. Make it 4-2. Where are you, Bob? Bob! No, Bob! Fucking Bob! Gotta score, Bob! Gotta score! Bob just had to hit the target, the 18-year-old wonder kid. It was all over. Well, not all over. 4-2. Makes it feel a lot better about those away goals. Haller, though, with a touch inside. Haller! See! 4-2! There we go. The 2 goals are restored. What a crazy game it's been. PSG have come back into it like the champions they have. They made it 3-2. But Sunderland being the team that we are, we do not give up. We do not fight. We fight for every inch. And Haller there at the back stick doesn't miss yet again. And it's 4-2. Another kickoff highlight. Just blow your whistle, ref. Blow it now because a 4-2 lead. I'll play 4-2-3-1 in France. We'll eat away the clock with possession-based football and we'll see it out. I know we can. Don't you dare, Suma Dembele. Do not you dare. Kim Jam back stick. Headed away from Miranda. Ref, if you want to let it play for 30 more seconds and see what this break turns into, I'm happy. Bob, still running Bob. Still running Bob. Go Bob. Adrian wants. Adrian with the chance. There is no way he was offside then. Sorry, what? Was he really? He must have been a mile off. It just didn't look off. Hold up. Whoa. I think that's level there because obviously his foot's inside. Oh! Just off. Just off. Good call, linesman. Live, it didn't look off, did it? Far out. What a tie. Imagine if the flag stayed down, then Adrian Berry's 5-2 game over. Instead, it's going to finish 4-2. Sunderland 4, PSG 2. What a tie. What a game so far. And I'll see you guys in just a second for the second leg. Well, ladies and gentlemen, spanner in the works. Mbappe apparently, because he got a book in the last game, already was on a booking problem. I don't think he was. But he's going to miss the second leg versus PSG. That's a big loss. However, we didn't have Mbappe last season. We played 4-2-3-1 last season. We saw it out. So hopefully, we go play 4-2-3-1 there against PSG. We will still be okay. I'll see you for that game in just a second. Do not go anywhere. If you like the episode so far, give it a like. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And as always, link is in the description below. Go follow us on Twitch as well. Welcome back, YouTube. Part 3 or 4 of episode 117. It doesn't matter what part it is. All that matters is that we have PSG in the Champions League. As you can see from other results, Valencia have gone through there against Arsenal. Lyon has got through just against Barcelona, which is huge. Dortmund pumped Real Madrid. Atletico Madrid got through on away goals. And Bournemouth and Porto drew 0-0. That's the game we would ideally like to tie, but we have to get there first. Obviously, we beat PSG at home 4-2 in a crazy game just before. Now we have a bit of a decision to make. We have to play 4-2-3-1, I feel. Just really go and eat some time up, play some very heavy possession football, and try and manage this game. Unfortunately, due to Mbappe's suspension, we are going to go and put Harry Wilson to the bench and get Haller out there just like last season. But apart from that, it's going to be Matteo in goals, and Miranda, Ives, Kim Jan, Moreno, Dosek, Petra, or Peter, William and No, Nakamura, Haller, and Adrian. A bit of a throwback to what we haven't played. We haven't played the 4-2-3-1 since... Jeez. It was before the Locomotive game that we won 6-0 in the last game of the group stage. So it's been a long while. It definitely was earlier than December. But hopefully it works today. I think if we had Mbappe fit and ready, nothing against Rodgers or Aviel, who have both been in decent touch. I just think that at PSG, 4-2-3-1 is going to help us try and control this game more. And, you know, obviously being 2 goals to the good, we have to. In saying that, though, obviously if PSG score 2, we need to find 1 to send us through because they would overturn it and then go for an away goals. Look, a goal is going to be important here. I am still going to go with the whole pressing intensity, and that's it. I'm not going to go back to what we used to do in the 4-2-3-1. I just want us to go out there, keep the pressing up, and see what we can go. Manuel Gasparini's on a fairly lengthy run without conceding. Well, we conceded. We put 4 past him last time, so I don't really care. Obviously, I'd rather have Mbappe available. A 30-year-old Mbappe is a prime Mbappe. That is sensational. Anyway, it is going to be us in the light blue, and then in the dark blue with the red stripe. It is PSG versus Sunderland. It's 2 of the best teams in Europe meeting in the first knockout round. We are 4-2 up with 90 minutes to play. Will we get to that quarterfinal? Or will PSG in France break our achy, breaky heart? We're about to find out, but this is what we wanted to see. 10 minutes played, 70% possession. We don't care if this game is boring. We don't care about anything. We are going there to play possession football, keep it, and just play our way. If they want to play off the break, by all means, because at some point they're going to have to go for it, and hopefully we score. Anyway, Matteo into Kim Jan. Kim Jan now with the ball. Looks inside, finds Peter, who can turn. Peter doesn't in the end turn. Finds Kim Jan, though. And we got Dosek who can face forward, but Peter back into Dosek and just finding it hard to get out of this little tight space. Dosek now back to Kim Jan. Can we go out the other side? It's not really on too much here. We just got to keep and be patient. A lot of passes being strung together here from Sunderland, which is fine. In the end, we do get forced long, and it's a very good press here from PSG. Dembele now with the ball. The Summer there, back to Christensen. Christensen goes long. Surely we eat that in the air. We do. Peter flicks into William Ano, who looks forward, finds Haller. Haller, what a touch. And we've exploited the space here on this right-hand side. Haller gets their byline there. Adrian on the volley. We've got our away goal. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's going to be an absolute mountain to climb if you're Paris Saint-Germain. If there's any team in the world that can probably do it, it's probably PSG on this save with the players they've got. But I would rather be in our position than needing 3 goals to get back into this game. Of course, if it was 3-1 and PSG did score 3, they would go through on away goals too, which always highlights the importance of us conceding that second goal. But Adrian's got his 30th for the year, chasing down his 37 goals from a couple of seasons ago, and hopefully he'll be alright. In the end, Nakamura's picked up a knock, and it doesn't look too good. He might have to come off early doors here and bring Bob in. That's fine by me. Bob can go out there for a half and definitely do a job. I don't want Nakamura to miss too much first-team football. We could have definitely have spoken about the results before this game, but they don't really matter. We actually weren't at our best as well, but I'm here for this game here. I'm not here to look at the league. The league's pretty much done. We're on 70-odd points, so I think we're 17 points clear. So we're going to win the league, hands down, so who cares about it? Let's focus on the here and now. Bob's come on, and Bob's only on 70% finish. Didn't see that. I've made a mistake. Sorry, Bob. You're just going to have to play 45 minutes. He probably can still last 45 minutes, to be honest, anyway. Moreno into Haller. Haller gets pickpocketed by Diouf, and Diouf now running with it. Still with Diouf. His ball out there. Finds Dembele in some room. Still with Asuma. Ball back push. Diouf with the header. Ives in the end takes it. Under control. Very calm there from Ives as he kept the ball. Mateo there. Put on a little bit of pressure. Finds Haller though. Haller's knocked down to Ano is brilliant. Adrian running through the middle. Still with Ano. Ano finds Bob. Bob off the bench. And unfortunately, the 18-year-old blazes high and wide. It was not at all pretty at all. Nakamura probably would have finished it anyway. Diouf, the wonder kid from the free kick. Oh my days, it's hit the post, hit Mateo, knew nothing about it. Stayed out, thankfully. Mateo really didn't know anything about it. But in the end, it's okay. Anyway, Tonali wins the ball. Easily dispossesses Haller. And Diouf yet again. PSG know that they need a goal right now to get back into this tie. 60 minutes played. Still is obviously 1-0. 5-2 on the night. 2 to us as well. Rodrigo Garcia with it into Tonali. Tonali from distance. Mateo had it covered as he went to his left. And it still is 1-0, eking ever closer towards that Champions League quarter-final. They've had 10 shots in this game, PSG. Make that 11 without one on target. I don't know if that means we've been defending well or if that means that we've been a bit lucky. But either way, 66 minutes play. We've been a bit open here. A goal to PSG would definitely turn this game on its head. Beaucamp there into Pino now. Good ball in. Diouf with the ball in. Barzi with the header. Mateo with the save, but it falls back to Barzi and he puts it in. It's 1-1 now. And all of a sudden, 2 goals to PSG in the last 15 minutes, 20 minutes of this game, and we are in trouble. Anyway, Pino, good ball in. Diouf's ball in again. Good save from Mateo. Went back with it. In the end, he's not going to save the second one. I am going to tell all the boys just to calm down. It's okay, lads. Don't worry about it. Keep your head. We'll be okay. Keep the ball. The more you keep this ball, the more we eat away at possession, the better it will be for us, and that we will hang on. I am going to make one change, and Arthur's going to come in there, and he is going to go as a bit more of a deeper line playmaker there on support, along with Dosek, and hopefully, maybe on defend, and hopefully we're able to plug up a couple of holes. We're going to go like that. 78 minutes played, and off we go again. Yandel with the ball into Beaucamp. Beaucamp, hello, mother. You love your chocolate for your birthday? Yeah. This is a very stressful time, and everybody on YouTube saying hello to you.
Hi.
There you are. It's Mum's birthday, everybody, like I explained earlier. But Dembele running for it. Dembele. Mateo's done enough, thank God. There we go. Mum knows how to release the pressure, and she gives me chocolate. Unbelievable. What a legend. Anyway, continue on. 85 minutes played. I'm now going to go to the 4-3-3 defend, and we are going to go, and we do not have anyone else that can play there really, but Dosek, who's going to go in there. We're going to get a no off, and his name is Moore in Dyer. He's going to go in there, and he's going to go in there as a bit more into Arthur's role, and Arthur's going to go a bit more defensive. I just really want to shut up shop here and kind of just hold on here. A late PSG goal. If PSG were to score right now, it'll be squeaky bum time. Anyway, 90 minutes played. Just 4 minutes at a time. Time is ticking away. PSG haven't really mustered up too much. They've had a lot of chances. They've been a bit open at the back, but we've had enough possession here today to really eat away the time. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We've come up against the best in the world yet again in PSG, and yet again, we have beaten them. Adrian in the 29th minute, obviously Ben scoring it. He equalise on the night, but it doesn't mean that we do go through. The boys are happy with the assistance team talk. That was obviously a misclick, but we go 5-3 on aggregate, 1-1 on the night, and we are through to the quarterfinal of the Champions League group stage draw. I'll see you guys for that group stage draw in just a second. Don't go anywhere. But we are through yet again after coming past the PSG test. Is this going to be the year finally? Hopefully it is, and hopefully we get a bit of an easier quarterfinal draw. It's time for that quarterfinal draw. You know what's about to come on. Let's go in there. Let's see who we can get. Let's see who we want to get. And hopefully we will get them. On goes the Champions League song. One of many that we do have queued up in our stream. One of many that we do have queued up in our playlist. One of many of the remixes that we do listen to on a daily basis, dreaming about this Sunderland Champions League title. On automatic draw we go. We just want to be drawn away from home first. There's a lot of teams there that I wanted to get apart from Liverpool. Valencia and Olympic Lyon are two teams I would have grabbed. Sunderland get drawn at home, and it will be against Porto. Well, I tell you what, Porto is not a bad team to get. Milan will get Liverpool in a rematch of the 05 and the 07 finals, where obviously Liverpool won the 05 or one we can talk about, in 07 we don't have to talk about at all. But anyhow, we do get Porto. Let's have a look at this Porto side quickly. I haven't played Porto in a while, but I would imagine a few of their players are still here that we do know. Balo Gomez is now captain, a player that I've had highlighted for many, many years. I think he's absolutely fantastic and he's a wonderful player. Obviously, their vice-captains, Casillas is another player that I've had scouted for many, many times as well. Dario Herrera is apparently their key player as a winger, which would mean that Casillas wouldn't play. I actually think this guy's pretty good, but not as good as Casillas. Their hot prospect is this guy here, who actually looks really good at 17, so we'll give him a scout. But if we look through the rest of their team and see who we know, James Benitez is a Mexican goalkeeper who I actually don't think is great, but he's not bad. Like, don't get me wrong, he's good, but he's not, passing, and his kicking is a bit, Mario, I know, Celso Siemensman is an unreal centre mid that we would have picked up if we didn't pick up Peter. You can see why yet again. They've got quite a good time. Walter Sanchez, another player that we looked at previously on stream. Even Ibrahimi we've looked at before many, many years ago. Lincoln, though, is the one that you need to watch out for. Lincoln grows into quite a good player on Football Manager. Look, it's not the easiest tie, but it's definitely a better tie than we could have hoped for. Like, we go back to the Champions League draw when we eventually get there. We didn't want Dortmund, we didn't really want Atletico, we didn't want Liverpool. I would have backed us against Olympic Lyon or Valencia, but we do get FC Porto in the Champions League quarterfinal draw. Now, that game's not the too far distant future. So what I'm going to do is, obviously, I have a day off tomorrow, then I've got coaching and then streaming, obviously, tomorrow night. What I'm thinking I'll do, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is that Porto game will be another YouTube special. Episode 118, I'll play it during the day, during my day off tomorrow, and we'll see if we get past that Porto draw. Hopefully we do beat Porto, because then that means that hopefully we do get past the sixth round here against Brighton and the semi-final of the FA Cup, which means that when we come back to stream tomorrow, it will hopefully be the last stream of Bright Lights. So link in the description below, come follow us below, and hopefully we have the Premier League kind of wrapped up by then. We have an FA Cup final yet again for the stream, and hopefully we have some semi-final and hopefully a grand final for the Champions League as well. But we still have to get through Porto first. I'll see you guys next time for that game. If you like the episode, give it a like, go subscribe, link in the description, come follow, and I'll see you for episode 118 versus Porto in the not too distant future. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll catch you next time.